Hello there, people. Welcome to Ferguson,
Harrington,
Hawks,
and I'm Tweddle.
Hey,
that was a bit creepy. Hey, guys, that was creepy. We're doing it again. Sorry,
do it again. Yeah.
Sorry, listener. There was
It's our first live show ever, and it's already creepy in the first line.
I like the idea of doing it again because we just used up another minute, so that's like a minute less. We've got to find interesting content for. So
This is a packed show. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Hey, listener, you can see that Neil is feeling antisocial today. Are you feeling antisocial, Neil?
No, I'm full of love. It's all about the love. Yeah, it's all
right,
good.
let's do it again. Not so creepy. You ready? Ready, listener? Cue your ears. Oh, you've got 2 ears. It's one listener, 2 ears. I don't know. You might have only one ear. If you've only got one ear, fair play to you. And if you've got no ears, that's the best way to hear this programme. Right, okay, are we ready? Welcome to this episode of Ferguson,
Harrington,
Hawks,
and Tweddle.
I don't know why that was That was creepy again. It was creepy again.
It's just the name Tweddle. It's creepy.
he hasn't got
sorry.
much chance
Just
because he's only saying 2 words. That's it. He's saying and his surname. So how much chance has he got to make that more lively?
You know what it is? She's been married to me for 20 years, and everything I say now is creepy.
She's just underwhelmed. She's just generally underwhelmed.
Yeah, that's right, listener. This week we've been joined by Mark Tweddle, my husband. That's how. Now, normally in the podcast we would have banter here about how we know each other.
Yeah.
Well, we could do the banter about how I know Mark.
We could.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, it involves our children.
Oh, well, that's okay.
So we were, as you know, but Neil doesn't know this, and nor does our listener.
No.
We were both chaperones for our children at the History Museum here in Los Angeles, weren't we, Mark?
We were doing our good citizenly duty and helping out at school.
Yeah, we were. And you saved me from the school bus journey back to the school.
Was it a long journey?
That's right.
Are you sure you don't want to just come back with me in my nice car, air-conditioned car? Yes, I do, yes.
Yeah, Chrissy had some job thing or whatever it was, wasn't it? She left and suddenly you were out without a ride home.
Yeah, exactly. So the plan was to go back in the bus, but you saved me from that. Yeah.
And we were dangerous friends ever since. Because the terrible thing about us, the Tweddles and the Hawks, is that I am equally good mates with your missus.
Yeah,
and
which is dangerous sometimes.
We are. What was that movie we watched last night, Mark? The one with Melissa McCarthy and Sandra Bullock.
Oh, The Heat.
The Heat, and it's the two of them are cops, right? And these 2 women cops. Have you seen it, Neil? Sounds like something you might have seen. Lady cops wandering about in high heels.
I've spent too much time working with you because my mind went off thinking about you two sitting there watching this rather average cop show and why and and like what was going on with that dynamic.
Were you looking into the story of it? Well,
yeah,
what it was, I'll tell you what the story was. There was here's a surprise. Listener, just so you know, because you're loyal to us and we're loyal to you, I'm going to let you into a secret. We pre-record these. This isn't live. Although it's live, it's not really live. So last night, technically, we're recording this on the 5th of July, so last night was technically the 4th of July, and there were so many fuckers out with fireworks that we were going crazy. And that's why we were watching a cop show, because it was frightening the dogs. Anyway,
I believe you.
The point is,
yes,
it's 2 lady cops who get up to no good. Like, they fight people, they drink, they make unhappy people dance with them. They dance with each other. They're generally in trouble. And Mark turned to me at one point and went, that's technically you and Chrissy Hawks. Technically is. We're a really bad combination.
Yeah. Well, we did that a couple of days ago and I'm still recovering.
Me too. Hey, so did my husband have a quote for you, Chesney? That's normally what you like. You like a quote or a little saying.
Well, yes, because I do like a bit of structure. And this is what's happened. We've had banter. Now we're having more structure, which is which is our lovely guest.
It's as if we're ticking the to-do boxes as we go.
As we go.
Yeah.
As we go.
Now it's time for a bit of structure.
Little bit of comedy. Chickens will come in a minute.
Any second.
Can I ask you about the chickens though? How do they react to the fireworks? Because obviously with the dogs, they get a bit shaky and everything. But what do chickens do?
Well, I looked at the video because we have a video feed from inside the chicken coop.
Of course you do.
And and the further away fireworks they were okay with. That wasn't a problem. But the ones that were literally outside our house, that was like, that was some
feathers everywhere.
Yeah.
That was like if you were kind of view from the bunker kind of chickens, because it lit up. Do you know what I mean? It lit up outside the sort of windows to the chicken coops, and the chickens are all kind of moving around.
Oh, right, yeah.
That was full on, right up until I hosed down the guys who were doing the fireworks.
Yeah, it was out of control. We were angry Tweddles.
Did you get comments from them? Like, did they say anything?
Yeah, they did say something around the next one will be gunfire or something like that,
and
or
we'll
bullets.
Come back with a bullet,
they were quite threatening, but
oh wow, really?
Yeah. But they were dripping wet. I wasn't too worried.
And we were doing our best Scottish. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
There's a thing with a right. There's a thing with a Scottish accent when even you're being lovely, people go, oh, that could be quite frightening.
Yeah.
So we were being quite frighteningly lovely. Yeah. So did he give you like a proverb or structure, Chesney? Because like I asked him to do a task. It took him 3 weeks to put up a mirror in the bathroom. So I'm just wondering if you were asking for something, whether it was going to happen or whether he was going to take 3 weeks to do it for you.
Listen, you complaining about Mark not doing things in time around the house is I don't know what that says about me.
Yeah.
He's the handiest man I know.
He did deliver on a quote as well. He did deliver on
He
delivered on a proper quote. Would you like me to
Yes,
to
yes, go on, Neil. Go on.
Yes.
So, Mark, your quote was, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. And that is a quote from Henry Ford. And it's wonderful having the quotes when you know the person a little bit, when you know their personality. Because obviously, as soon as Mark's quote came through, and I'm like, yeah, that's Mark. Yeah, because he's going to fucking research it and like dig around, because the quote is obviously, it's all about attitude and approach. And it just made me smile. I thought, yeah, that's him. So yeah, Henry Ford. We could go into Henry Ford. Some interesting stuff about Henry Ford. Not being a particularly nice person, but I'm sure there's loads of stuff on the internet about successful people. But yeah, it's a lovely theme. Whether you think a lovely quote, whether you think you can or can't, you're right. And digging into these quotes on the internet, it's a bit like meme overload. A bit like being immersed in a sort of virtual 1980s. Were they Athene, those shops or whatever?
Athena.
Yeah.
Athena. The one with the girl, the tennis player, the female tennis player showing her ass.
Yeah. Well, that's basically what the internet is. Yeah, with memes and everything.
I had bicycles.
Let's just have a moment, boys.
Yeah. I had bicycle race. Do you remember the bicycle race one?
Yes,
with all the naked people. Yeah, I had that one on my wall. Yeah.
So anyway, I've avoided the corny memes, and we've got. It's lovely. So this is all about attitude and approach, right, Mark? This determines and how that determines success or failure. Simple positive thinking. The theory behind it, you're more likely to succeed if you think you will. You're more likely to fail if you anticipate and prepare for failure than if you convince yourself that failure isn't an option. Of course, the interesting thing about Henry Ford is he didn't actually believe in failure, like most people do. And he interpreted failure as simply the opportunity to begin again, but this time more intelligently. Henry Ford is also quoted as saying the only real mistake is one from which we learn nothing. And I think we've been there before.
I can't remember when I first saw that quote, but it made a sort of big difference because I often believed I couldn't do things.
Yeah.
That, other people could get that, other people could do this. Between that one and the other one that I thought about was the best way to get ahead is to get started.
Yeah.
Which, they're just like really simple, which is just half the time I hold myself back because of wanting everything to be perfect. Like somehow I've got to start at perfection and then move that perfection into success. That's my game plan, and usually I don't get started. So
and we think that everybody else is a smart fucker and's got it all worked out and planned out right. And of course, you then realise as you get older in life that everyone's making it up as they go along, and you can only go a few moves in front as much as you can go, and then you take the momentum from that, right? So,
especially the difference between the UK and America. Like America, people will tell you that they know how to do stuff and they're great. Americans,
it's so true.
There's something about the education system here that helps people talk well and be confident in their abilities.
It does breed a lot of people that talk a lot of shit as well.
Yeah, so you really have to figure out: do they really mean that they can do that, or do they mean that they knew somebody who told them how to do it and they've not tried it yet, or whatever it is.
They're faking it till they're making it.
Yeah, which I think is nonsense. That's like you do just have to take action, and it's like Lynn taking that show to Edinburgh. Like there was a point with that, which harks back to what you said, Neil, about there being no such thing as failure. Because Lynn was all worried about her show, and I said, well, if there's not the risk of failure, if you're not doing something new that possibly could fail, then why are you going? If you know it's just going to be brilliant,
if you're not pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, then you're not really living, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I like the comfort zone bit, because you should do stuff that is within your capabilities, but you have to believe, and you could make a mistake. There has to be something that's in there.
It's what you just said, within your capabilities. It's about being realistic. And if you're realistic and you truly do believe, you know what, I think I might just be able to do that, and you keep thinking that, you've got half a chance. I'm never going to be a fucking astronaut. It doesn't matter how much I positively think, So it's about being
what
realistic
happened to that positive
as
attitude?
It's within reason. Come on, team. It is, isn't it?
I think I could become an astronaut. I mean,
you could. You definitely could. Of all the people I know,
old.
you would be one that I would say. Mark Tweddle is the one that could become an astronaut.
If he put his mind to it.
Yeah, I picked the wrong example. Okay, I don't know. Brain surgeon? Where do you want to go?
Yeah, you could do that too.
I know.
Actually, Neil, all you have to do to become an astronaut is hoard money. And then you can build yourself a big penis-shaped rocket,
of course,
and head off into the outer space. It's not a problem.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
all money.
We've been there, haven't we?
But just going back to what I said about comfort zone, and you were like not quite sure about that, you have to be within your abilities. Because I've experienced things like in this silly celebrity world where we all have to sometimes do crazy things. Like I've learned to sumo wrestle, I've high dived, I've water ski jumped, So all of those things are very much out of my comfort zone. But you just do it. And then if you put your mind to it, you can actually achieve those things. So.
Yeah, I think you do that more often than other people, and it amazes me. Like you told that story just when we met up on Sunday about washing down your father's boat and falling into the Thames.
Yes.
and how silly that story was, and getting the two old codgers on the banks of the Thames like
give me a round of applause.
Well done, jolly good show. It was just like that's Chesney Hawks. I mean, while we were at your house, I think you nearly fell in the pool 3 times. And yet you do all these amazing things as well that require such incredible precision.
Are we talking about cognitive difficulties here, Chesney?
No, I've always been known as the clumsy one in my family. Always, yeah.
Remember when he came? He was at our house and he said, "Oh yeah, I've signed up for this TV show. I think it's going to be fun. It's called MasterChef. They're going to teach me how to cook." And Lynn and I were like, they're not going to teach you how to cook. They expect that you already know how to cook.
Yeah.
And I remember the colour draining from your face.
What have I done? Oh no, what have I done?
But in the true essence of this show and the quote, you believed you could do it, right, Ches? And you didn't cheat at all. You didn't get any help in at all, right? Of a famous.
Yeah, there was a little bit of help. But listen, I think that everybody probably gets help from things like that.
Of course,
I really do.
Yeah.
I don't think that getting my friend Jamie Oliver to help me teach me to cook before.
Hang on,
was
let me
cheating.
just pick that one up. Hold on, just pick that one.
Clang.
There it is. Got it. I got it. Don't worry.
Jamie is one of our listeners. He is our listener.
Is he our listener? Oh, Jamie, I really like your lamb. Just so you know, I really like your lamb.
It's not a euphemism, is it? It was not a euphemism.
No. I do
Good,
actually
good.
like it. He does a good Tajine, does Jamie. The thing that how that works in the house, though, whether you believe you can or believe you can't, they're both right. Is that we go through things like certainly during the pandemic, the builder across the street gave us like these massive planks of wood that they use to hold up like the floors in apartment buildings, and dropped them off here. And I'd said to Mark, "Hey, do you think you could make a table?" And he went, "No." Well, maybe. Well, no. Well, maybe. And then the big social distancing table happened, right? How big is that table?
It's 7 foot square.
Yeah.
It's more than 7 foot square, isn't it? Isn't it 8 foot square?
It's as big as Putin's table.
Oh, I think it's 7. I think it's 7 by 7.5, and it each plank is about 3.25 inches thick.
Yeah.
So it's like I knew I had to build
It's
it in
sturdy.
position because you couldn't move it. It's like ridiculously heavy. It's Ferguson and I stood on top of it. It's like.
And
I
jumped on
think
it
if we
and
have
still
that
didn't.
big earthquake, the table will stay and the house will fall. You know,
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's the
Inside,
place to
though.
go. Maybe that's where you go.
I thought you were going to make my day and say you'd built it and then realised you couldn't get it out of the room or whatever. I was looking forward to a punchline like that. But you're far too intelligent.
Sorry he
obviously.
disappointed you, Neil. I thought it was good.
far
Yeah.
too intelligent. Yeah.
I think my uncle did that with a boat. I think he made a yacht in his front room and then realised he couldn't get it out.
Wait, hang on a minute. Back up.
Yeah, right.
Your uncle made a yacht in his front room.
He is Scottish.
No,
Was
he's
that
not. He's
Glasgow?
not Scottish. He's a Geordie. He's from Newcastle. So and they're a
That
bit different
explains
there.
everything.
Oh, well,
Of course,
that's
yeah.
understandable now. Yeah, I get it now. Yeah.
Going to your quote, Mark, I've got I think it's worth reading. It's a poem done by Walter D. Wintle in the earliest 20th century, and it sums up your quote, and it's lovely. I'm going to read it. If you think you are beaten, you are. If you think you dare not, you don't. If you like to win, but you think you can't, it's almost certain you won't. If you think you'll lose, you're lost. For out of the world we find, success begins with a fellow's will, it's all in the state of mind. If you think you're outclassed, you are. You've got to think high to rise. You've got to be sure of yourself before you can ever win a prize. Life's battles don't always go to the stronger or faster man, but soon or late the man who wins is the man who thinks he can. There you go. You see?
Can I just here, at this point in time, say, I object to the use of the word man.
Yeah.
I'm like, whatever happened to person? What's wrong here?
This was the
Did
early
you
20th
have
century,
to
Lynn.
make it scan?
see.
Well,
Of
yeah.
course,
well,
yeah,
actually,
you're right.
early 21st century, it's the same, isn't it? Oh,
Yeah.
It's hard to
everything that happens
rhyme.
is man.
It's hard to rhyme
Yeah.
with person.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know,
Well, I mean, I'll give it a go.
person-
Maybe it's man, you know, with a capital M, where it's all mankind.
Sure, yeah,
fellow man.
sure,
Yes.
capital-
Yeah,
yeah, well,
mankind.
why is it not fellow person? I don't mean to be tweaky here or anything, but as the token woman.
Anyway,
I'm like,
she was saying something. Let's move on.
Can you hear something?
You know, I'm not sure about that poem as well. There's a part of it where like the biggest thing that happened in my life was when I got sober, right? That's
Yeah.
a part, you know, that's like one of the big turning points in my life was getting sober. And I don't believe I thought I could. like I remember grabbing a guy kind of by the lapels and going, "How do you have fun? How do you have fun?" And he just like laughed his head off at me and said, "You'll have more fun sober than you ever had drinking." And he was right. There was something in that moment that I believed him, and it sort of made it easier. But I still didn't think I could do it. You know, I tried by myself. You know, I got nearly a month once, but most of the time it was I got till Friday.
Yeah.
It depended when I stopped. If I stopped on Sunday, I got to Friday, and if I stopped on Thursday, I got to Friday. It's just...
It's always Friday. That damn Friday.
It's like Friday arrives and it's like, oh man, that was a bit of a week. But yeah, I don't believe I could do that, but there's something about shortening how far I looked ahead.
One step at a time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that side of it of... yeah, and I think that's how that quote still works, is that, can I do today? Yeah.
Yes, one day at a time.
I think that's really useful for now as well, where it does feel like the world is... Like, when we got up this morning, just because I don't know if I mentioned the fireworks, but there were fireworks last night. But both of us said, God, I feel like we were under attack last night. I feel like we were under attack. And then as we talked more, we were like, yeah, but there is a kind of thing in the world where some days you do get up, and just with the way that the news cycle is, that you can feel like you're under attack. Like everything's too much to deal with. Like there's just one more Boris story, or one more like MAGA, like one more, And I think
shooting or whatever.
Yeah, like having that thing where you go, all right, if I think I can get through today, I can, so I will,
Yeah.
Well, the alternative's not really an option, is it?
Yeah, what are you going to do?
But some people it is. I think that's
It is, no,
a
of
thing.
course.
Sorry about this, listener, but we've come to this point and we are honest in our podcast. But since 2020, there's been a fair cluster of people who've decided to take their own lives, that we've known. And never had any idea that it was coming. This idea that with a suicide, the person's going to wander about going, oh, well, I'm thinking about this, I might kill myself. That it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
It really doesn't. And it comes completely from left field. So I think the idea that if we could tell people just to hang on for another day... or just even another hour is a good quote to have, especially now when the world can feel so... They make
bleak.
a person feel so powerless,
Yeah, well, there's another thing in the kind of sobriety world where they say, like, look at your feet. Are you okay now? Like, are you secure? Is, like, nobody's shooting at you? Everything's okay right now, this moment. Like, for the next second... you're going to be okay. Do you have food? Do you have shelter? Do you like take it down to that sort of basic level? Because a lot of the stuff that, especially in the news, is there to frighten you.
Yeah, it's all based
fear-based, and to make you look wide and go, oh man, it's so scary everywhere. When in actual fact, if you take it down to like, am I okay right here, right now, and can I build out from that point? That can be. You can go right into gratitude. You could say, all right, well, what are the things that I do actually have right now that I'm grateful for, to try to sort of get rid of some of this anxiety about things that might happen or might not. What's that? Future events already ruined. The acronym for fear. Yeah. You've already decided. It's almost the same. If you think the future is going to be really bleak, it probably will be really bleak.
Yeah.
And that comes back to the saying, which is, if you think you can or you think you can't, they're both
You're right.
Right?
Yeah, you're right.
Absolutely.
Hey, can I say now, right? Because I've got a conundrum, guys. Just so you know, right?
Go on. I am looking at a clock, by the way, but yeah,
right, that's what my conundrum is.
Good,
right?
good.
See, look,
You
that's
are a conundrum.
So I am a conundrum wrapped up in an enigma or whatever
Something
that is.
beginning with C, that's for sure. But anyway, yeah.
I know what I can already see what the conundrum is. It's because you know Mark too well, and you don't know how you're going to read. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, because normally I would read. I read at this point and tell people what I hear. But although, one of the things, this was funny, wasn't it, Mark? When I found out that I could do this, when I because I'd worked with people and started just doing the story thing, and then realising that I could hear what they were telling me through their stories, that Mark said, right, okay, well, I don't like the idea of it, but you should probably try this on me to see what you can you hear on me.
Right.
And both of us were like, oh crap. Because I was like, what if I hear he's a psychopath or something like that? And it actually turned out that Mark had never met a detail that he didn't like, and also very fond of a list. Very fond of a list. And when I told him that, he was like, that's not true. And he gave me a very detailed list as to why I was
it's
wrong.
not true.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, no, so... And what I thought, lovely
I still didn't
listener-
believe her. I didn't believe her until she got me to tell another story, and then I heard myself. That was the turning point for me. It was the point when I heard myself doing a list of details that should have been a story, and that was the point when it changed. That's because then you get the choice about whether you do anything about it. You know, that's what I feel is the great sort of value in the read, is that. When you truly understand it, you understand something about yourself, and then you get to make choices from this point of knowledge.
Yeah.
So, what I thought I'd do, right, instead of doing the read, is I would do a timed exercise where I would get Mark to talk about something that I know he really loves talking about, but that I don't really listen when he talks about it. And so, therefore, there would be a double whammy here, which is that he'd be happy, because he would get to talk about something that I don't really care about. And also, I'd be happy because it would be 2 minutes where I don't have to hear about the thing that I don't care about. Does that make sense to you?
Win-win all round, isn't it?
Right, don't you feel?
Okay, so the first time I rode a motorcycle
No,
was...
it's not that one.
There's plenty.
Yeah.
Believe me.
I've got my timer out. Look at my timer. I've got my timer out. It says 2 minutes. Mark Tweddle, you are going to talk to me about bees. Go.
My wife forced me to get bees. It was my idea first, but it was just like a fleeting kind of, we have chickens, we grow things. Wouldn't it be nice to have some bees? Maybe that's what's next. And then nothing happened. And then about a month later, she said, well, you getting these bees? What we doing about getting these bees? And I avoided it a bit more. And then Russia invaded Ukraine, and we got the chickens for the pandemic. And I felt that
good enough reason.
we should do something positive, some small positive action in the world. And so we found out how to get bees. I went really in depth into all the details about beekeeping, about beehives. I decided not to make a normal beehive. I made a horizontal hive because that's easier on your back and meant to be easier on the bees. And so I made a beehive that we called Buzzywood, because the chicken coop was called Cluckywood. And so we painted it yellow and black like it was a bee. And like I know a ridiculous amount of stuff about bees. It's mostly ladies. We call most of them Audrey. We have, you get this box of 10,000 bees, 5 frames of bees, and a queen. And they're still going. But it seems such a weird thing because they're so tiny, and this whole community is so different. Like they're a hive, they're not an individual, and it feels like you should go in with a microscope and tweezers, and it should all be precision. And then the beekeeper's tool is a chisel. you stick your chisel in the hive, and so I'm confused.
There you go. 2 minutes on bees, right?
Thank you.
Me. Can I tell you what I learned? And this is something that's is going to follow me forever. I'd had no idea that all female bees were called Audrey.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Right.
No.
Do you know
that's news.
No.
You learn something new.
Do you know what the boys are called? The boys bees? Because there's how many of them? Are there 5 or something like that?
Sort of 5 to 10 you usually have of drones, they're called.
Yeah, Lachlan, who's our youngest, informed me that all the guy bees were called Carson, because you had to be called something like Carson to handle that many Audreys.
Oh, Lachlan.
I didn't even ask.
But
you do not want to be a male bee. I tell you, the male bee does not have a stinger, just gets fed by all these women, and is only there for one thing. He flies out to find, new pollen. Queen bees. But when he mates with the queen bee, he leaves everything behind and dies immediately.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That sounds fun, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know
good old Carson. I'd rather Carson than me.
And if that Carson doesn't manage to do that, right? If he doesn't manage to do that and it gets to winter, the ladies kick him out and leave him to die in front of the hives.
Well, that sounds fair.
Those ladies are brutal. Just like American ladies are going to be real soon.
Very soon, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, God.
And so they should
Also,
too.
just I would say here is, did you notice that even in Mark's story there was a quota of lists?
Oh, yeah.
that we did.
There was a lot of
right?
facts. I mean, I've looked up a horizontal beehive for a start. I've learnt something today. So there you go.
2 things: Audrey's horizontal beehives.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And a list of other
He likes
stuff.
he likes research, doesn't he?
Facts.
Oh, God,
Facts,
man.
yeah.
Yeah, really. I think that's an interesting thing about people, and certainly for us as a couple, is that, like, I'm much more, like, we laugh about the way that we cook, right? Because I cook all the time. I'm the one that does dinner. And I do dinner and I make food according to how I feel. So I'll have made a recipe once and then I'll go, right, okay, I've made that recipe once. Well, the next time I'm making that thing, I'll make it sort of like I did before.
That is a lie.
Well, what are you going to say?
You have never followed a recipe.
I have. Well, I've read them. I read the recipes and then I don't follow them, but I do read them. That's the thing.
I'm glad this has happened.
Yeah.
This was the bit I was looking forward to.
Want to be a domestic. A live domestic.
Yeah. So we're getting into the semantics now of following a recipe and reading a recipe, basically,
Well,
is where
I am all about gut feeling, right? So if I decide that I want to do something, then I'll do it because it's all just because I feel like that's what I want to do right now, and this is how it's going to be. Whereas Mark is the guy who does all the logistics of it, thinks about it beforehand, researches, measures, and whatever. So it's better that I cook, because if Mark cooked, we would get something that would be precision and beautiful, but we'd only be fed once a week, I would have thought.
That is cruel. That's cruel. That's not true at all.
Stir the pot, Ches, stir the pot. We can
It doesn't need stirring.
No, that's cruel.
It's true though, right?
Look, but you could give Lynn a basic list and she will not even look at it. It's not. It's just not part of her psyche. It's just not something. You know. So it's really difficult. You know when she decides she wants to cook something, and I say, all right, well, I'm going to the store. Are the things you need? That's a hell of a discussion. That is. Well, maybe a couple of lemons. A potato. Just one? Don't know. Well, if there's no potatoes, you could just get a yam, maybe, or some herbs. Like the green ones.
A green herb.
Yeah, just a green herb, slightly peppery taste, maybe. Doesn't like nouns, so
No
just,
nouns.
No, it replaces all nouns with chickens.
Yeah.
Or thing me. Get me the thing me. Can you do the thing me?
Yeah.
Oh, I left my thing me in the car. Could you just go and, yeah.
Well, it'd be better if she said, I left my thingy in the thing me.
Oh, well.
Oh, she does that.
Yeah.
And she keeps putting marmalade in everything right now.
I do, yeah.
I've got 2 in my fridge. I've got 2 of your marmalades in my fridge.
When she made the freaking marmalade, we're like, why does this curry taste a little marmalade-y? Yeah.
Yeah, Neil, you've escaped because
So Paddington
you're
Bear
in the
would be very
UK.
happy in your household.
I've escaped. I'm just hoping none of it gets brought to Edinburgh.
Oh,
I don't have to,
maybe I could,
hopefully the suitcase will be full and there won't be any room for marmalade
Full of
to Edinburgh.
marmalade. There's been a lot of marmalade.
Are you not a marmalade fan, Neil?
Well, yeah, but it's marmalade. I'm not going to lose any fucking sleep over it.
Well,
I get some marmalade, I don't get some marmalade. Whatever, we can all, hey.
This is a very special marmalade. Nobody knows what went into it. There could be potatoes in this marmalade.
I
I'm
know
telling
what
you.
went into
Green,
it.
there's green herb in it. I know that.
There's green herb in these.
I love some of that.
No, the point of this, listener, in case you're listening and going, what the hell are they talking about, which would be what you do every week, but the reason that there's marmalade is because we've got a big tangerine tree in the backyard, and I cannot bear waste. I can't bear it. And this tree has just had so much fruit on it, and it's a battle between me and this little bastard of a squirrel as to who gets the fruit. And I'm like, you squirrel, you're not getting this fruit. So then I do all the marmalade, buy the tangerines. But now there's too much. Even my kids are like, can we
Enough with the
stop?
marmalade.
Can we stop with the marmalade?
We've probably got 20, would you say, 20 things of... I can't use nouns now. 20 jars of marmalade.
20 thingies.
But you've probably given away more than that.
I've given away a lot of jars. It's part of a thing. It's like my way of saying hello at the moment.
Yes.
As I go, hi, take that.
Marmalade.
Yeah.
And then it becomes my job to make the label. So that's the thing, it becomes my job to make a label. Make a witty label of Tweddle's tangerine marmalade.
What's wrong with a Sharpie? Jesus Christ.
No, it has to look... No.
No.
And then I started with the
Tangerine gin. Yeah, that was
What was
lethal.
your feeling on the tangerine gin?
I really liked it, but the trouble with it was lethal because it didn't taste like gin.
No.
It's like, yeah.
You're like, this is fruity, and then you're asleep. You're like, oh, this is a fruity thing. Oh my God, I'm done. Right?
Yeah,
exactly.
So that was
a very
label
good
with
label.
a skull and crossbones, and it was called
label.
Tweddle's Tangerine Tormentor.
See these things that you're learning, listener.
So there you go. So he loves detail then. That's basically what's come out of this. This isn't it? Basically, he loves a bit of detail and a list
and research. But I really appreciate that because I think
the research is good.
One of the things I love about Mark is like if I have an issue or something technical or whatever. And I don't know how to do it. Mark will either know how to do it, or he will definitely want to find out. Like he likes a mission, you know. So, how do you do this? Do you know how to do this? No, but I will find out, and I'll come back to you.
I should tell this story actually, which is that because my eldest sister's quite detailed as well. And at one point there was a detail competition in a way. Except it wasn't really a competition. But this, when you know that somebody loves you, is when they look after you or they still care about you when you're at your worst, right?
Yeah.
And so when I was going through, I'm bringing out the cancer story again, I'm very sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen, or listener. But when I was dealing with the cancer thing and I just had surgery and I'd had infections and things, and so I was cut open. And the wounds had to be cleaned and all that stuff. Mark took that on. Him and the surgeon both had a discussion about how to do it so that I didn't have to go to hospital. And Mark, he literally looked after dealing with my surgical wounds and infections in the same way as he built a beehive. But at the same time, we had just bought this house and we were dismantling another house that had been bought by a developer. So he was building a house, project managing building a house, and project managing the rebuild of his wife at the same time. And my sister was like, he had so many spreadsheets. It was amazing.
That's what my wife and Mark have in common is spreadsheets. They both love a spreadsheet.
Oh.
I just don't call them spreadsheets because I'm embarrassed. I don't like to they're a list. I can call them a list.
Just a list.
Sharpie on a list. It's nothing to see here. There's no Microsoft involvement, no Google Docs. It's just
moving on. Yes.
Yeah, I don't need to be typecast into Mr. Spreadsheet Man. Thank you very much.
I've got a feeling it might be music time, Chesney.
Oh, yes, of course. I got so into that conversation that I forgot that I'm supposed to be singing to you.
I just thought it was the time to, swivel.
Yeah, that's good.
It felt right.
No, that's good. So, yes, listener, now that you've been with us for a while, you know that we ask our guests for a quote, and we also ask them for a song that either they have an emotional connection to, happy or sad. And so Mark has chosen one of my favourite songs. I think it's, it's obviously a standard. It's an absolute classic. And I think one of the sweetest songs ever written. So Mark, tell us about this song. It's A Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong.
That's what we played at our wedding 20 years ago.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that's got me emotional. That's not right.
I haven't even played it yet.
I grew up in Scotland. Stop this.
Cut that bit out.
Cut that out. I can't be serious. Let's go back to lists.
Yeah, I really thought you were going to bring up the fact that I didn't just give you one song. I gave you a complete list of whatever one's the easiest.
Oh, that's such a good point. I forgot about that. There really was a list of songs. There was. But
that was number one. That was
but I really, really appreciate when our guests give me a list of songs, because there's always, when somebody comes in one song, like, let's say Toya, who came in with Human Behaviour by Bjork. Yeah. And that's I've got to do it. That's it. So So Mark gave me a few, and some of them I was like, it's going to be tough. That's it. But Wonderful World, I was like, oh yeah, I think I could do that. Shall I do it?
Yeah, do it. Go on.
All right.
And me and Neil can watch Mark cry.
Yeah, just for you, Mark. Go on, Ches, do your thing.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, bright blessed day, dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh, the colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies crying, I watch them grow. They'll learn so much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Yay. Oh, you made him cry.
Oh, mate, yeah. Well done.
Thank you, Chesney.
Do you need a moment?
Yeah.
And a long moment. Oh, man. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready for that.
Well, that's probably the best way to be, because then there's nothing quite like a nice surprise in life.
We did dance to that at our wedding, and so that's why he's crying, because he's like, I can't believe that 20 years ago I made the biggest mistake in my fucking life. I married that woman. It should have just been a healthy one-night stand that turned out to be how many years, Sweet Pea?
Well, it's 20 years since our wedding, never mind.
Yeah, right?
Since I met you.
Yeah,
met you in 2000. I still love you.
Did
That's
you
the
see
music
that?
did that to him, see?
That's nice.
That's what it did. That's what it did.
Turned him into a love bug.
Neil nearly choked on his tea there.
Do you
He
know
was
what?
like,
I'm so glad you said that, because it obviously affected you. And Ches, while you were playing it, I was looking at a picture of my mum and Karen just sitting on the desk here, and yeah, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. Yeah.
Well, music can do that, can't it?
You know, Lynn said there was fireworks last night, but there could be fireworks tonight, I tell you.
Play your cards right. Play your cards right.
Oh, yeah.
God, well, you'll have to get your hose out, Sweet Pea. That'll have to happen.
I thought you got your hose out last night. Jeez. You guys are insatiable.
2 nights in a row. I mean, for an old man, I tell you.
Do you know what was lovely about that song, actually, is that... Like I have been feeling, because I don't know if I've mentioned, but there was fireworks last night and I was quite angry. But then listening to the song, I was like, God, actually, there are so many things in the world to be grateful for. There are so many things to feel joy about. And again, it comes back to that quote, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Which is that whether you think the world's beautiful or you think the world's horrible, it's right. That's what you'll see. That's what there is, you know. It was really beautifully done, Chesney.
Yeah, well done, Ches.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's always easier with a song that is so beautiful as that, and I love it when I get songs that I feel myself. When you know, there's nothing quite like that. You know, you will be able to have felt my connection to it, because you know it's. I love this. I love the simplicity of the song, because it's just. It really is just a love song for the world, isn't it? It's a love song for life, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just it's a beautiful song. Yeah, I nearly did this thing. I nearly did this thing where I was going to start it off, and I was going to go, you know, nice little intro, and then I was going to go. I see creed.
You could do that in the last chorus or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Didn't the Muppets do it at one point? Did the Muppets not do a version of it? I think they did. I think it might have been Animal or somebody did their version of it.
That's ringing a bell now, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's brilliant.
Well, Louis Armstrong has a Muppet-like voice, doesn't he? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
So I always ask this question too at the end, which is that what advice would you give to someone who's a younger version of you? Like maybe what would you say to the young guy that grew up in Scotland? What advice would you give them?
Oh, that's... You know what, actually, what I would do is I'd say whatever you do, try to find self-compassion. Try to find compassion for yourself. You know, if it's somebody like me, the harshest judge of me was me. And that is unsustainable, you know. And for me, you know, that's why I drank. That's why, you know, it's all that stuff. That's why I felt the world was against me or whatever it was. And self-compassion, it's a bit like the sort of work that Lynn and I do, and the two sort of principles of it are that you belong and that you are enough. And to feel that, you have to have some kind of self-compassion that you're okay, that you are enough. There's sort of so much pressure in the world to strive to be whatever successful is, which is never attainable.
Yeah.
You know, if you get one level of success, there's another level of success that you now judge yourself for, that you've got to attain.
Never ending.
It's just a never-ending, you know, trail. And some sort of self-compassion allows you to actually take time and enjoy the life that you've got. I wasn't sure whether I would want to talk about being sober, like publicly like this, but for me, that part of my life is because I want to live my life, all of it. Like not just the happy, you know, joyous, fantastic moments, like all of it. Like it's ups, it's downs, and be able to be a part of it and And I can only do that if I can have some sort of self-compassion to myself. Otherwise, you know, when you make a mistake, you're destroyed, and it's horrible, and you don't want to be a part of it. And you have to go. You have to be able to laugh it off. You have to be able to go. It was my turn to cock up this time. You know, it was my turn to whatever it was. You know, crash the car. Or
don't crash the car. Don't crash the car. Don't crash the car. Don't crash the car.
Oh, okay.
Don't. Yeah.
That's one of the things I'm good at. Jeez.
Very practiced. You're very practiced at that in LA, apparently. So I've heard. But, and we won't mention motorbikes.
Also, and also get more bees, right? That's what you would advise people to do. Get bees.
And write lists.
You know, the bees, I'm still struggling with the bees. I really am struggling with the bees. There's a part of me thinks that the bees are a mistake because the level of anxiety, like bees, I don't know if you guys know this, but bees do not speak English. We got Italian bees. We were told Italian bees are the right bees to get because they're docile, they don't really sting much and all the rest of it, but they just don't speep English.
Yeah, I've got a Greek dog. I know what it's like. I've got a Greek dog, so it's the same thing.
My dog's from Texas. I can't understand him either.
I just want to jump in and pick up about what you said, Mark, about, you know, be compassionate with yourself, because I think it's really important to have a reminder of that every now and then. Like I've had so much good done to me listening to you today just by being reminded about that fact. And I think it's something important to remind ourselves about often. Otherwise, you lose perspective.
Yeah, if you think of all when people are angry and stuff like that, when they lose their shit, usually it's about their judgment of themselves.
That's exactly what I was going to say. It's never really about what's happening, and you just need a mirror. To be pointed back at yourself, because it's always something that you're angry at that you've done or haven't said. It always comes back to you. So I completely agree.
Unless it's fireworks. If you're angry at fireworks, that's completely fucking reasonable.
That's justified.
That's what I think.
And hoses are the only
answer. Because it enables
answer.
you to get your hose out, doesn't it? So there you go.
There we go.
Yeah. Every cloud.
You know I'm going to get fined for misuse of water. We're in a drought here in LA. I know this was going to happen. It's like you told everyone you used your hose outside the normal days. You're an odd number day, and that's the wrong day for your...
So we're at this point in the show, just as we're closing, we do a thing about what do we feel that we've learned from this show. So Neil, you said what you had learned, I think.
Yeah, I've done, absolutely. 100%.
What about you, Chesney? What have you learned?
Well, I did learn about that all female bees were called Audrey. I mean, that was a real thing that I'm going to take to my grave with me. I think that I've actually learned, not just from today, just from my having known Mark for 10 years or however long it's been now, is that I think he's a wonderful, beautiful human being that I can learn a lot from, and I think I have learned a lot from him. And I'm just grateful that you came on the show, mate. I really am, and grateful to know you, mate.
I learned that Chesney can make me cry. That's right. Chesney is like black belt at making Mark cry.
Yes, secret power.
He's got a superpower.
Yeah. And I learned that when you spend an hour with people that you love, talking about stuff that you care about and things that matter, then it can stop you being really fucking angry about fireworks. So that's a very good thing. Yeah. Well, listener, we've come to the end of this podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. And thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
Being on the show.
Thank you, Mark.
Great
guest.
Show. Yeah, he was a great guest. So until next time, what was I going to say? Until next time, when we'll see you again, or hear you again, or what am I talking about? Chesney, can you close the show? I can't even speak.
But I can't because you have to say I've been
first.
Ferguson. So
I could say I've been Ferguson. You get Neil, you're ordered.
Well, the other thing, no, we can't because I'm looking at the clock. You got to keep filling, I'm afraid, mate. Look, it's only 50. You got 56:30, 56:31.
Oh, we've got 4 minutes of filling. Or we should give her.
Are you telling me that my wife isn't detail orientated? Because this is not news to me. This is not news to me.
We're about 3 minutes under time, so we've got to keep filling.
We could give her a taste of her own medicine and make her do a 2 minute on chickens.
Oh, chickens? You want 2 minutes? Well, I set my timer.
Are you saying that I haven't had the size to fill this show? Is that what you're saying?
Size isn't everything, mate.
I would also like to point out that the art of filling is that the listeners should be unaware that you're filling, so we've kind of fucked that, haven't we?
But no, I feel that our listener listens to us because they know how shit we are, right?
Oh, okay.
I think that there is an acceptance of it, which is in the world.
We are like them.
Yeah. Well, I think our listener is better than us, to be honest. I think our listener
this is the first time. This is the show. I knew as soon as I was going to be up first as your first attempt at a live show.
You knew you were a guinea pig.
That it was going to be
a shit show.
It was going to be a challenge.
It was going to be a cock-up. A shit show. What?
Shit
Say
show.
the word.
Well, I'll be diplomatic about it and say I believed it was going to work.
It was. Well, if we go back
but
to
there
the
were going to be a few.
Remember.
And guess what we've already filled those 2 minutes. We don't even need the story of chickens.
Henry Ford didn't actually believe in failure like most people do. He interpreted failure as simply the opportunity to begin again, but this time more intelligently. You see, we've not failed.
You see, it all comes round.
The only mistake is from the one which we learn nothing.
Yeah, you guys are going to be much more intelligent with your wives than you ever were with that poor old white guy.
Someone had to be our first, Mark.
Yeah. Right. You were always my first, Mark.
Thanks for popping our cherry.
Alrighty.
Bring us home, Lynn. Bring us home.
Go on, Lynn. Wrap it up, sister.
Can I? Oh, right. Okay. Well, there you go, listener. Again, yet another very, very professional podcast for you. Go on, admit it. You listen to us because of our precision, our standards, our seamlessness.
They're so high.
Right. Yeah. Anyway, please join us next episode because we'll be lonely without you. So thank you very much to Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll see you in the kitchen in about 10 minutes. And dear listeners, see you next week. Until then, I've been Ferguson.
I've been Harrington.
And I've been Hawks.
And he's been...
I've been Tweddle.
Yes, you have. And you've been the audience. Bye.
You've been listening to Ferguson Harrington Hawks, starring Lynn Ferguson, Neil Harrington and Chesney Hawks. Written and produced by Lynn Ferguson, Neil Harrington and Chesney Hawks and Mark Tweddle. How's that for fucking live? How's that?
Oh, there you go, right?